Well, Susan, PetroChina pulled out of a $40 billion sales accord with Woodside earlier this year. Woodside now needs to secure new sales contracts for its Browse project. And PetroChina is now back at the negotiating table, according to Woodside CEO Don Voelte. He says PetroChina is one of several Asian companies who are looking at buying some LNG from Woodside. But more immediately, it's the Pluto project, which is causing the most concern at the moment, with industrial action threatening to blow out costs as well as its timeline for completion.
The issue really more is just, I think it has to be the organized unions basically prodding. We talked to the workers. Half the workers went in. The other half that did not cross the picket lines, when we talked to some of them, well, we talked to quite a few of them, a lot of them wanted to go in. They didn't want to lose those 8 days of wages. A lot of money for them. But the reason they didn't go in was peer pressure, intimidation. You know how it is. It's just, if the mates are out, you got to stay out with the mates.
The East Timorese government want you to build Sunrise in their territory. There's an ongoing dispute at the moment. Do you see that being resolved with the East Timor government?
Well, there's really not a dispute at this time because we haven't made a recommendation to both the Australian government and the Timor-Leste government. There is a treaty that was signed between the two countries. I think it's just about 5 years ago now, less than 5 years ago, which actually spells out how this will be resolved. And it's very clear terminology of what we have to pick as an option, and we're just finalizing it at this time. So I would just say that what you're seeing maybe in some of the media reports coming out of Timor-Leste is you know, small countries that feel overwhelmed, kind of the David and Goliath scenario. These folks are good folks, and they just fight for what they think their 1 million people deserve. And they're negotiating through the newspapers right now, and I would just say that there's a lot of conversations going on behind the scenes, and I think it, you know, just a little bit of negotiation at this time.
Do you think that will derail the project?
Oh, no, I don't think it'll derail the project. I think the project's necessary for the people of Timor-Leste. It's very hard to take away these huge revenues that they'll take. Timor-Leste bargained a good deal with the Australian government. Only about 20% of that reservoir lies in their waters, and they bargained about 50% of the revenues.